All right, what's up, everyone? I want to start with a huge shout out to all the 7th graders over at the International School of Amsterdam. We heard you and we put this special explainer together just for you guys. So, you see them pretty much everywhere, right? But have you ever stopped to think about what's really going on with vaping? What it's actually doing to your brain, your grades, even the planet? Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain and look at some of the hidden truths about vaping and nicotine, the stuff the big companies really hope you never find out. Okay, so first up, let's talk about the most important thing you own, your brain. Seriously. And right now, during your teenage years, it's basically a major construction zone. Think of it like a massive upgrade, a once-in-a-lifetime renovation that's happening right now. So what does that under construction thing actually mean? Well, picture this. Your brain is busy building all these superhighways, these connections that you're going to use for the rest of your life. These pathways are what help you do, well, everything, from remembering stuff for a test, to handling your emotions, to just deciding what to do next. And because it's in this super important building phase, it's also way more sensitive, kind of vulnerable, really, to things like nicotine. And check this out. This quote from some of the research is, wow, it's a real game changer. It says the teenage brain isn't just reacting to a drug, it's being fundamentally hardwired for a lifetime of addiction. Hardwired. That means nicotine is literally changing the physical structure of your brain. It's building these addiction pathways that can stick around forever. It's kind of like someone getting into the blueprint of your brain and making permanent changes. So what does that hardwiring actually do? Well, here's the hit list for nicotine on a teen brain. It can mess with your impulse control, making it tougher to say no to risky stuff. It can totally disrupt your ability to learn and pay attention, which makes school a huge drag. It can affect your mood, and get this is a big one. It can actually prime your brain, like getting it ready for addiction to other drugs down the road. Okay, so that's the science part. But how does all this brain stuff actually show up in real life? Let's connect the dots here between vaping, what happens at school, and how you feel day to day. This chart really breaks it down. You can see the chain reaction here. If nicotine messes with your attention and focus, well, it's going to be super hard to follow what's happening in class, right? If it dings your memory, you might find yourself forgetting about assignments. If it disrupts your judgment, you might end up taking more risks. And it's even been linked to things like depression and anxiety, which can make you feel kind of withdrawn and alone at school. There's a really clear line connecting these things. Now, you might be thinking, okay, but that's probably for people who vape all the time. Actually, no. A huge study from Columbia University found that's not true. The research showed that even vaping just once or twice a month is linked to lower grades and emotional distress. It really doesn't take much to start seeing these effects. All right, we've talked a lot about the impact on you, but there's another victim in this whole story that almost nobody talks about: the planet. Yeah, it's time to uncover vaping's really, really trashy secret. Okay, look at this number, 150 million. Just let that sink in for a second. Any idea what that is? That is how many disposable vapes are thrown out in the US alone every single year. And hey, that was just the US. If we look at the whole world, the number is it's staggering. 844 million. That's how many vape devices get tossed out globally in 1 year. We are literally creating mountains of toxic trash. To help you wrap your head around that, think about this. For every second that passes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 5 vapes were just thrown away somewhere on Earth. It's happening constantly. And we're not talking about regular trash here like a candy wrapper. This is e-waste. Every single one of those millions of vapes is like a little toxic bomb. It's full of plastic that won't break down for centuries, battery acid, and heavy metals. We're talking nasty stuff like lead and mercury. And all that poison just leaches out into our soil and our water. So you gotta ask, who is making all this stuff? And why are they pushing it so hard? Well, to figure that out, we need to open up Big Tobacco's secret playbook. Look, their goal is really simple, and honestly, it's pretty ruthless. The facts show that almost 90% of adult smokers started when they were teens, before they turned 18. So what does that tell you? It means their entire business model, the way they make money, depends on getting your generation hooked. They need to recruit new, lifelong customers. So how do they pull this off? One of their sneakiest tricks is something called greenwashing. It's basically when a company pretends to be all eco-friendly to hide how much damage they're actually doing. I mean, look at this ad. Protect the earth, all these nice nature pictures. It's all designed to make you feel like they're a good company, to distract you from what's really going on. But let's not fall for it. Let's pull back the curtain on that nice green ad. Here's the truth. The tobacco industry cuts down 600 million trees every year. Their factories pump out over 600,000 pounds of toxic chemicals. They are a massive source of plastic pollution and greenhouse gas emissions. It is the exact opposite of the picture they're trying to sell you. And this is their whole game, this huge gap between what they say and what they actually do. They'll tell everyone, oh, we don't market to kids, this is an adult choice. But then, what do? They make thousands of flavors like cotton candy and gummy bear. They put up ads near schools. They design vapes to look like highlighters or USB drives. I mean, you tell me, does that sound like they're only targeting adults? Okay, so now we've seen their playbook. We know their tactics. So now it's time for you to have your own playbook. This last part is all about you taking back control and being empowered to make your own moves. Honestly, the best weapon you have against all of this is what you know now. You can see right through the lies. You can see past the sweet flavors, the cool-looking devices, the fake green ads. You now have the power to see what's really happening and make a choice for yourself, not the choice they are trying to force on you. And look, if you ever find yourself in a situation where you feel pressured, you don't need some big, complicated speech. Here are 3 super simple but really powerful ways to handle it. Number 1, just a simple no thanks. That's it. It's powerful and you don't owe anyone an explanation. Number 2, the funny exit. Just make a quick joke, change the subject, and bounce. And number 3, the switch up. Just ignore the offer completely and suggest doing something else. Like, nah, I'm good. Hey, you want to go do something else? Easy. So we're going to leave you with this one final thought. The tobacco industry has a plan for you. They want a lifelong customer. But the only question that really matters is, what's your plan? What do you want for your brain, for your health, for your future? In the end, the power to decide is 100% yours.